Hi, I'm Kristin Davis, and I want to know, are you a Charlotte? Hi, everybody. I am here with Oliver Hudson, and there is still so much to talk about in Season 1, Episode 7, The Monogamists. All right, Carrie and Big, they're walking the street. We talked about that. Then they're at Carrie's apartment, and Miranda calls, and Carrie's like, I did the terrible thing, which is like, I ignored my friends because of a guy. Very bad.
Yeah.
And she has this really cute moment of like, it's so cute. You also see through this show that we still have to talk to the camera.
I know.
Like, even the rest of us have to talk to the camera. Did not remember that at all.
Well, there was one sequence
in the restaurant.
In the restaurant, where it's
all
like
of
almost
us.
Carrie's just perspective and
right.
Like,
and but we are literally looking
POV,
at the camera.
I know, looking down
It's
down the barrel of the lens.
It's freaky.
Yeah. Weird.
I know. Darren directed it. I should have said that at the beginning. Darren Star wrote and directed this episode.
Yeah.
And he, like I said, he was really toying around with different stuff, and he loved the talking to the camera.
Yeah.
Sarah Jessica, not so much. She's on record saying this, so I'm not saying anything I'm not supposed to. She did not love it.
Right. Well, there was one time, I think she's in her bedroom. All of a sudden she goes, and then ba 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 ba. I'm like, whoa.
I know. How hard is that?
Yeah.
For an actor. It's strange.
Yeah.
Because it takes you out. Like, why are you doing it sometimes, but not all the time?
Yeah, and like, who are you talking to?
Yeah, who are you talking to? Right? Because if you're just there and you're hearing her thoughts, that's great. But then her mouth is moving and she's talking to something, but she's alone in her apartment.
Yeah.
It's freaky.
Yeah.
And she was always struggling to really make it real. You know, but how do you actually make that real?
Yeah, it's tough.
But Darren loved it. So Darren was trying for more. But we still have at this point also, which really made me laugh, the people on the street.
Oh my God, yeah.
When the guy's like, I've been in a monogamous relationship for 9 years. I sleep with prostitutes.
Yeah. What was that?
That's the weird thing that we did in the beginning, which was kind of like this anthology feeling.
Are those actors?
Yeah. They're actors acting like people on the street.
Yeah, not very good ones. Well,
you thought they were real people where we were like, hey, come here.
Yeah, and maybe do a little acting bit. Because I was like,
no, those are actors.
Okay.
Those are actors. One of them is one of our DPs. And I think his name is Michael Spiller. He's on the bench and he says, oh my God, now I can't remember. I laugh every time I see him. I'm like, why is he there? Because we would flip back and forth with DPs because it was too hard to scout,
everyone on
film,
one off.
and then edit, right? And we hadn't gotten we were still trying different people out. And I don't think he DP'd that episode. But he's sitting on the bench. So one of them is our
real.
DP.
Right. Yeah.
And he says something weird and kind of looks at the camera, and it is weird. But we know him, so obviously that's why it's weird. Then they're at all of us are at the restaurant, and I thought that was good. We don't have our coffee shop established at this point, right? So we would just be out at real restaurants in New York, and you know how it is to film a dinner scene.
Oh, gosh.
It's long. It's really long.
I just did it in Toronto a couple times, but one specific, there's like 6 people around a table.
Rough.
And it is the worst.
It is. It's hard. And we always had these.
Yeah.
These
I
become
know.
the cornerstone. But eventually we built a set, which made it easier.
Yeah.
But this one, we're at the Blue Water Grill, I believe, which we show the sign. We would have a restaurant. We would crossboard it, right? So we would try to make it look different in one corner, and then Big is there having, and then I go out I walk out of the front with the guy, who wants me to go down on him. Yep. Also, sidebar, and I did just see Darren Star and talk to him about this. At the time, both Darren and I had golden retrievers, and they were good friends, the dogs, and they loved each other, and we loved our dogs. And there's a golden retriever in the show, and there used to be a scene.
Oh, no.
It's really terrible. This is the guy who wants me to go down on him, right? And then I leave, eventually, and Carrie's voiceover says something like, what's her name? The dog is like Crystal or something. But Crystal was very happy, and she's sitting there looking at him like very happy. There used to be a scene where she was supposed to do something really gross.
Peanut butter on his...
Correct.
Yeah.
How did you know?
It just came to me. The minute you started, I was like, there's definitely
I know, because you could feel that vibe in the scene, couldn't you? But we had good sense and didn't put it in the final edit.
That's probably smart.
For sure smart. And I saw Darren the other day, and I was like, Darren, guess what episode is coming up, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that never should have happened."
Yeah. No, you tackle a lot of subjects, but bestiality
Should
might
not
Yeah, you might not want to deal with that one. Yeah.
With a beautiful golden retriever. Oh my God, which really makes that guy seem horrific.
Well, then he needs to go to jail.
Right.
Yeah.
Like bad.
Right.
Anyway, luckily, so every time we get to that part, I'm like filled with nerves.
But if
remember.
you're doing the comedy part of it, you see him pushing the dog's head down,
awful.
but then the dog's resisting too.
Right. No, the idea
That's
was
the
that the dog was
part.
really into it.
Ugh.
I know.
That'd have been funny if he just and the
Don't
dog's
even.
like,
Don't even. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Okay, so you remember Skipper.
Skipper is the guy
with
who's
Miranda.
Inside of the other woman when Miranda calls.
Right. So
funny.
basically, the backup is
So that was a funny line.
previously.
Are you breaking up with me? Are you inside of me and breaking up? It's
I know
funny.
that was
really funny.
But also, like, I don't remember any of this, so
Right.
it was so much fun to watch it again. First of all, I love when Carrie and Miranda have dinner on the street at like some little Italian restaurant. It is so amazing because this is still a through line, and Miranda's kind of the only one who just tells Carrie like, "No, that's a horrible idea." You know, she's just very like, "No, don't go out with Big again. No, whatever." And it's really funny because Carrie goes through her whole spiral. Like, do you think when he said, "I miss you, babe," that he was really saying, "I'm sorry that I went out on a date with that woman," when in fact we'd spend a whole week together? And Miranda's like, maybe. It's really funny.
Right.
And then Carrie's like, but then I have to doubt everything that he's ever said to me. And then she goes like, I'm spiraling. I'm losing my mind. And then Skipper walks by with this woman who's very chic and works for Vogue and talks about Paris. And Miranda's like, and you can just see her little, brain turning.
The wheels are
and
turning,
they walk away. And then they tear each other's clothes off in that weird frenzied way, which makes literally no sense.
No.
And then Miranda calls and is talking on the answering machine like in the olden days, and they can hear her voice. It just brought back ideas, right? So many memories. And they're having sex, and she's basically like, "Oh, we should have dinner," she says on the phone. And he
immediately
just picking up the phone is just so mortifying.
Oh my gosh.
Just so mortifying.
No.
But like the thing now that I think it reminds me of is, there are people who keep their phone with the sounds on or the vibrating on all the time, right?
Yep.
I have my phone on silent all the time, partly because we work and we can't have sounds. But also, like, whatever you're doing, you could be mid-sentence, you could be mid-anything, and they'll pick their phone up.
Yeah.
And you're just like, why?
Yeah.
It reminded me of that in a way. It's like an old-fashioned version of, like, the most inappropriate time to pick the phone up.
Oh, gosh.
Like, that's very bad.
Oh, of course. But he's obviously head over heels in love.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter what's going on.
He just can't help himself. And I thought he acted it really well.
Yeah,
really well. So
funny.
he picks it up and she basically says like, oh, very casually, like, we should have dinner. And he's like, okay. And then he hangs up and he says to the woman that he's having sex with, like, I'm in love with that woman who's on the phone.
I know, the honesty.
I know.
Wow,
he's like a child.
Yeah.
He has no veneer whatsoever.
No, I know, it is. It's very
fascinating.
childlike. Yeah.
It's fascinating.
So funny.
And the poor woman says, are you breaking up with me while you're inside of me? And he was like, yes, or whatever. Then the really sad part is they go to Miranda and him, after sex in this super cute shot on the. Also, she's got like 2 green flats. Like in the olden days, we didn't have sets, right? Like Charlotte had 2 white flats.
Yeah.
And they would just move them around. Flats are like part of a set, like a board.
Right. It's
a
with
wall,
how they build
a fake
it
wall.
to look like.
Right. And so if you had to shoot one way, you'd move them this to be the background. And then if you had to shoot the other corner, you'd move them. So Miranda has strangely 2 emerald green flats and like a bed with like nothing. It's literally the starkest.
I noticed that.
Like no effort.
I was like, where is she in like a prison cell? I was like, where is Miranda?
She's in a green prison cell. It's Miranda. Yeah, it's Miranda. So they're in the prison cell and they've had sex and they're very adorably, spooning kind of or whatever, chatting. And he's like, oh yeah, I had to break up with that woman. And she's like, what? Why did you do that? And he's like, well, because you called me back. And she said, no, we don't need to be in a relationship.
You can see her too.
You can still see her. She has so much power.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. And it's so not really Cynthia-like in any way. Like she's not a player, at all. And it's funny to watch her acting, but doing it like so brilliantly, which I don't feel when I watch myself at all. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm a puppy. I'm a puppy.
Right.
I'm floundering.
Right.
I don't know what I'm doing there. Do you know what I mean? But and I know she felt she didn't know what she was doing because she used to turn to me all the time and say, not my medium.
Yeah.
She's a theater actress, right?
Yeah.
And she eventually, which I've also said, sorry if I'm repeating myself, would watch the dailies. She would ask for the dailies every day.
Wow.
Watch them in the hair and makeup trailer.
Yes,
she was on a crash course.
Yeah.
We would all come in the hair and makeup trailer and be like, please take it off, Cynthia.
Yeah.
Please,
I don't want to watch this.
Please do not make us watch it while we're getting our hair and makeup done. We will die.
Yeah.
And so she would take them home and watch them.
Wow.
Can you imagine going home from work and watching your dailies
She's a thespian.
every
She's
day?
a real actor.
I mean, she really is. Like, it's impressive.
No, I know.
But even when I watch back, I'm like, I don't really know why she's saying that. She's fantastic. Like, I don't know why she felt that way.
Before your show, she had done movies.
Yeah.
You know,
but I mean, they were
like
such high-level movies
yeah.
that I don't think that it's obviously very different to be in a Milos Forman film than it is to be in like a set show where you have to. I mean, yes, we did a lot of takes, but like we were going
you're
at
shooting
a crazy
multiple pages
pace.
A day.
Oh, yeah. And like different locations and this and that.
Right.
And if all four of us were there, and we're not really walking and talking yet as a foursome, but once we start walking and talking as a foursome, like that is like a very elaborate dance, you know, where you're having to find the lens, you're having to be in front and then behind and then on this line and on that line. And then there's the musicality of it, which we talked about earlier. And for me, I always thought of it, you know, we're a quartet and, you know, my note was the high note. I was like, boop, 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 boop. And I mean, you know what I'm saying, right?
That's the sound to describe show.
Right? I mean, it is, right? Especially in the beginning, you know? And we had to talk really fast because Michael expected that. And we had to have our lines and we had to, you know, it's like hardcore comedy, right?
Yeah.
So all of those things together, it was very technically challenging. But I only see that starting now, right? Like it's more two people scenes.
Right.
And that she can totally handle. And I think it's funny that she felt like it wasn't her medium because I think she's brilliant.
Oh, she's amazing.
Yes. Anyway, back to my paper. So they're there and poor Skipper again just kicked to the curb and he's like very upset. I think he's so good. He's so good.
Believe it.
I know, it's really funny.
But at the same time, you're looking at this guy like, you know, did you think this was just an invite back to love?
I think he did.
What was their relationship prior?
Their relationship was that he was the puppy and she would like push him up against the wall. And someone should be like, you know, go away with your little buzzy buzz. You know, you're like a little fly around me or whatever. I mean, he never had the power.
Well, it just goes back to miscommunication. He thinks one thing, she wants another. And she was upfront about it and saying, "No, do your thing," and then he got butthurt, and that was the end of it. You know, he's just kind of like, "Oh, well, this isn't what I thought it was."
That's true. He's kind of like the girl.
Yeah.
Right. Which is adorable.
Yeah.
And really likable, I think. At the time, I was like, Skipper. You know what I mean? No, it's just so funny to look back on my thoughts back then. Oh my God, the apartment shopping situation. I forgot about this. So the Samantha storyline is that she's obsessed with the new apartment, and the great Caroline Aaron, who was later in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I don't know if you watched that. She's incredible. She's Samantha's realtor, which is so funny. And she so made me laugh out loud because she basically asks Samantha to be a monogamous client.
Right.
And Samantha's like, sure. And you absolutely know that she does not intend to be a monogamous client. Cut to her with a very handsome male realtor looking at the apartment and then stripping off her top.
I know, it was interesting because they had sex in multiple apartments. Was it the same day?
I mean, it's a good question.
Because one was in the day, and then there was another one at night.
That's true. When she gets caught,
right? Was it the same day? Was she just going from apartment to apartment?
I mean, it could happen.
Yeah.
I mean, she does what she wants.
Yes.
And this is why I think people really, really love that character.
No, I know.
I mean, it's pretty brash.
But I don't think we need to be monogamous to our real estate people.
No, I totally agree.
I mean,
except I have to say,
because Richard is a good friend of mine who's selling my house. I've known him since we were like in LA.
Did you say you're selling your house?
No, when I was, you did, and when I bought and sold.
Yes.
And I feel like if he caught wind,
it would hurt. Yeah, I have my
you know.
my realtor's my friend, and I would never two-time her.
Right.
No. Yeah. But also, it's their livelihood.
I know.
You know.
Yeah. So maybe
Caroline Aaron's character was right.
Maybe she was right.
Maybe she was right. You're right.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to be a monogamist to your realtor.
The hardest breakup I've ever had was with a therapist when I wanted to go see someone else.
That's hard.
I'm like, this is really tough for me, but Jan, I don't think it's working anymore, and I'm going to see another therapist. And it's like,
what did they say?
Cool, they're therapists.
Okay, good.
If they had
you were more scared.
Of course, but if they had any other...
Yeah, no, it would be strange and unprofessional.
If he or she was like, you little son of a bitch, then you're like, wait a minute. Actually, real quick story. I get off topic.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
The hardest breakup that I ever had was with my first agent.
Oh,
because I wasn't, I wasn't want to be an actor, but I just fell into it, and now, of course I love it. But I was trying to model to make money, which was the most horrific experience of my life. There's a million stories about that, but they had an agency within the modeling agency, a little small deal.
Yeah.
And I was with this girl, I won't say her name, and she was helping me do my thing, and I get like a little gig or whatever, and then another little gig, and then a bigger agency wants to sort of bring me on. Still kind of a mid-level thing, but
right.
And I was talking to my manager. I'm like, I'm so scared. Like, I don't know what to say.
It's really hard.
And she said, he said, they deal with this all the time.
You should have made your manager do it.
Okay. That's what I said. I said, Dave, you do it.
Totally.
He goes, no, you need to do
my
this.
My manager's Dave also.
Right.
I would make Dave do it.
Yeah. No. I said, Dave, go.
Yeah.
No, you need to do this.
Oof.
I said, okay.
Thanks,
it
Dave.
happens. She's going to be cool. Happens all the time. I said, listen, I really appreciate you and I thank you so much, but I've had this amazing opportunity to advance my career with representation, the whole thing. It was quiet. And she's like, you little son of a bitch. How dare you, you bastard.
No.
I can't believe you. The only reason anyone wants you is because your mother's Goldie Hawn.
Oh my God.
Went off.
When they try to kill you when you're leaving, that's never good. Never good. I said, never good.
I was laughing. I said, well, now, thank God.
I have had a similar situation.
I said, thank God.
Yes.
This is, now I know. I said, who's the adult here? Are you crazy?
Totally.
Cut to many years later, I'm on a sitcom, Rules of Engagement. I'm semi-famous. I'm making money. There's a guest star who comes on the show. This woman is the guest star's agent who's there for the week.
Oh, no.
She doesn't even say anything to me. And finally, at the end, I say, hey, her name. How are you? She's like, I'm good. Wow. And I was like, I'm not doing too bad, right? It's like, do you approve of all this? She was just could not believe that this was happening.
And wait, did she give you anything? Nothing?
No. I didn't. I was just
that's
like,
sad. That's really sad.
I can be vindictive. I can be pretty vindictive.
I think that's okay.
I know. I can be.
I think that's okay. This is my feeling in general, and this is with a romantic thing or an agent thing or a professional thing or whatever. And I've had it in all the different forms. When you try to leave, especially being polite and saying, I really appreciate you, thank you for everything, and you try to leave and they try to kill you, they try to take you down, very bad.
Yeah.
Bad karma.
Oh, yeah.
Very bad.
Yes.
And I have had that. I did have that with a friend who is also an agent, which of course is a mistake. And we are still friends.
Yeah.
So thank God. But it took some time because it hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt. I was like, really? You're going to try to kill me? Because she basically was like, that the only reason anyone wants you is for the Sex and the City money.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
But also, someone could also do a great job.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of other things I could do.
Yeah.
So,
of course.
What's the point of saying that to me?
Why would you say that?
I know. Okay, so Oliver, what are you doing now? Tell us everything.
Doing? I just finished a movie.
In Vancouver.
In Toronto. For Netflix, and it was so much fun.
Good.
And we had talked about it before the show, but my son ended up doing the movie.
Oh, yeah,
with me.
amazing. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, so the whole family wants to be actors. All the cousins, all Kate's kids.
Oh, my God.
It's just kind of what the family business is. And I don't think they know. They say they want to be actors, but they don't know until they actually get in there and do it.
Of course.
And Wilder, 17, my oldest, and he went into an acting class, and then I got this. I agreed to do this gig. There's a 17-year-old part to play my son, myself, and Alicia Silverstone. And I said, look, just audition. I can get you an audition.
Right.
So just feel what that's like, at least.
Yeah,
that's
of course.
To the extent of
your help,
where I thought it was going to go.
Right.
Cut to 5 auditions later. Netflix is wanting to approve them. They need this. They need that. More scenes, and he gets the job.
Amazing.
And it's a real part. It's he's through the whole thing. He's in the whole movie. He's got big scenes. He's got And so it was really special for me to do that with him, living in Toronto.
Wow.
And being together and having that experience.
That's
his
amazing.
First time. It was incredible.
Did you run lines together? Like, how did you go about it?
I had this, 17, we're still tight, but he's a teenager.
Of course.
He goes and does his own thing.
Yeah.
He used to want to cuddle all the time. Now it's an impossibility. It's like one of those.
Yeah.
So I had this sort of, rom-com montage in my head with music and everything. Like, we're going to get to Toronto and we're going to sit on the couch and watch movies and maybe we're going to share a beer and we're going to talk about our feelings and we're going to cuddle. I mean, I had this idea.
Did any of it happen?
No, we get to the fucking apartment and, and I'm like, dude, we're here. It's so great. He says, yeah, cool. Up to his room, the door closes. I'm like, oh my God, we're right back in LA. I was like, Wilder, you want to like watch a movie? And no, I'm okay.
Was he looking at his lines? What was he doing?
Yeah. He would come and do his lines a little bit, and then he got more comfortable. But it's one of those things that he definitely appreciates. And once he gets older, and if he still is an actor, he's going to look back on this and realize how special it is. So I did that. I've got a production company. I've got a deal at Fox. We're just producing a bunch of stuff.
Amazing.
TV, really fun. And then I've got podcasts.
And
and a dad. That's
I don't even know how you do all these things. It's a lot.
I don't know. I feel like I have free time.
Do you?
Yeah.
So when you were away, did you do the podcast from Toronto? That's cool. That's the joy of the podcasting.
Yeah. No, it was great. Yeah. It was great.
I haven't really done that part yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Podcasting
I'm going to make Easton come with me.
What's fun, here's the thing about doing it for so long is, you get the call, you got to do a podcast, blah, blah, blah. And there's a bit of dread to it. To be totally honest, it's like,
you've been doing it for a while. I get it.
I'm like, okay, here we go.
Right.
We got to do it. Yeah.
Right.
And of course I do it because I love it. But at the same time, I'm like, oh my God.
It's a job.
The minute you get into the conversation with whoever it is you're talking to, and then you finish, and the hour's done.
Right.
You're
it's a
invigorated.
good time.
Right?
I know, it's a good time.
That was so fun.
Yeah, I agree.
And I got to talk to this random person that now I know.
Right.
And we had an amazing conversation.
That is the joy.
Like, this is fun.
It's true. It is the joy.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes I don't like to do it by myself.
No, I know.
It's like, because the fires, it was hard, and we launched during the fires, which was awkward to get guests. And I was like, why are we calling people? It seems so strange.
Not only that, but then you have to address.
Right. And I did, you want it to live without being so connected to something so crazy and awful.
I know.
But I just thought, a lot of it is my memories too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but in this particular episode, I'm just so thankful to have your straight guy perspective, because it's important, and like for me, sometimes I can just spin around in my girl head, like, why was she with him? Why was she with him? But like part of the thing that is amazing about our show is the topics are timeless, and talking about them to me is still super interesting.
100%.
Like it's fun.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
So
especially rewatching it.
Yeah.
You realize, and I said this to you before, but how far ahead of its time.
I know. It was amazing.
Really.
I mean, we knew it was a little bit, but we didn't understand or have any way of knowing the incredible journey, that we would get to go on. And thank God that the writing was so incredible that we could act and that it came together.
Sure.
But also that the fans, we have like our super loyal fans from the beginning, and now we have these younger fans from Netflix. Oh, it's so great.
Oh my God, Erin and all of her girlfriends, Jackie and Robin and all these people were like, oh, you're gonna. I mean, it's it cannot. It's lived on your show.
It's so special.
Yeah.
It's so special.
No, I know.
It's incredible.
Well, if you need me on again, I'm here.
Oh, baby.
If you want me to watch another one,
I'm going to need
fun.
you on. I think we're going to need you on because you are a particularly special point of view. You're a man who has worked on themselves and been in a long, successful marriage. Love it.
Well, I'm down.
Thank you, Oliver.
Thank you.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye.